Hi, dear students of Primary 5 with a new comprehension skill. As we used to know, in every unit we learn a new comprehension skill to know when we are answering the comprehension questions, how to answer it in a correct form, and to learn a new skill. Okay, today our skill is called compare and contrast. What do you think the meaning of compare and contrast? Very good. When you read, try to compare and contrast the information. Compare means think about the ideas that are alike. So compare, I'm going to write things that are the same in both items. Contrasting means thinking about ideas that are different. So this means that I am going to write similarities and differences. Similarities means compare. Differences means contrast. And sometimes we have common points between both items that I am comparing and contrasting. We have common things between them. So we are going to write it as follows in the graphic organizer after reading this paragraph. Video games. Which should you buy? There are two new games available this month. Escape Game is an adventure game set in a castle. Super Cool is a mystery game set in a jungle. Both games cost $9.99 and both can be played on a computer. Both games have simple instructions and are very easy to play. However, Escape has 5 levels of difficulty and Super Cool has only 3. For more challenge, buy Escape. So here, guys, he's comparing between two games. He mentioned some points for the Escape game and some other points only for the Super Cool game, and the comparing things, the common things between both of them must be written here. Okay, so we are going to write the contrasts here and the compare here. I will give you time and then I want you to check the answers written on the board. Here we go. Now we wrote the points of comparison. The points of contrasting, things that are different. That is concerning each game, but not for the other one. So we are writing the differences. The Escape is an adventure game, but the Super Cool is a mystery game. The Escape is played in a castle. The other one is played in the jungle. Escape has 5 levels, the Super Cool game 3 levels. And the Escape has more challenge. Now take your time to compare or write the similarities or the similar common points between both of them. Take your time and then check the answers. Now, I want you to check the parts of comparison or points of comparison, the similarities between both games. Both of them are easy to play. Both cost $9.99. Both played on computer. Both are simple. Both have simple instructions. So that's how you are going to compare and contrast, mention the similarities and the differences between any two items. Now let's move to the words in context. I want you to repeat the words after me to know how to pronounce the words correctly. Are you ready? Let's go. Crops, crops, shells, shells, valuable, valuable, silver, silver, print, print, Portraits. Portraits. Let's understand more the meanings of the words in context after this presentation. The first word is crops. What's the meaning of crops? Give me examples. Yes, excellent. Rice, anything we plant. Rice, wheat, corn, lentils. A plant such as a grain, fruit, or vegetable grown in large amounts. Shells, the hard outer covering of something, especially nuts, eggs, and some animals. She had a collection of shells on her shelf. Valuable, when I describe something, of course this word is an adjective. When I describe something that is precious, I say valuable. These antiques are extremely valuable. They are very expensive. They have a very big value. Silver, a chemical element that is a valuable shiny white metal used for making cutlery, knives, spoons, jewelry, coins, and decorative objects. The knives and forks are silver plate. Print, to produce writing or images on paper or other materials with a machine. I am waiting for a document to print. When you want to get out a hard copy of paper or an image, you print it. Portraits, a painting, a photograph, drawing, or something like this of a person, or less commonly of a group of people. That's it. Now we are going to read the comprehension, and I want you to monitor the words in context.
Page 142. Read The History of Money.
When did it all start? Between 11,000 and 6,000 years ago, no one is completely sure when, people started exchanging cows, sheep, camels, and crops to get the things they needed. This is called bartering. People barter one thing for another thing. Here's how it worked in the beginning.
Hi, I need some flour to make bread. You have wheat.
What can we exchange?
Well, I have cows. How about I give you a cow for a field of wheat?
It's a deal. From shells and feathers to coins. Around 3,000 years ago, people decided that shells were a good form of money. But why? The answer is simple. Shells are beautiful. They're hard and they don't break easily, so they last a long time. You can't find shells everywhere, and that makes them precious. So shells became valuable. If people wanted something, they would give shells for it. Other people did the same thing with feathers. Next, about 200 years later, the first coin was invented in China. The coins were made out of metal. Nowadays, we have small round coins, but back then they were made into different shapes in different countries. Later, people used precious metals like gold and silver to make coins. In Lydia, which is now part of the country we call Turkey, a mixture of silver and gold was used to make coins. But guess what? Coins are heavy. If you had a lot of coins in your pocket all the time, they would make a hole. printed money and paper money. About 1,200 years ago, the Chinese started to print money, but it wasn't paper money. They used leather from animals' skins. It wasn't until the 7th century that they decided to use paper. At last, the world had its first paper currency. Paper is light and easy to carry. If you had paper money, you wouldn't need so many coins. Strangely enough, it took many more centuries for other countries around the world to start using paper money. One of the problems with paper money was that it was easy to copy. Early banknotes, or bills, were printed in black and white. People who could draw well could easily copy them. Now bills are colorful. They have complicated designs, which are often pictures or portraits of people, and metal threads, long thin lines that go across the bill. That makes them very difficult for anyone to copy.
Hey, how much are your peaches?
They're one piece of paper.
What? That's great.
Invisible money. We still have paper money and coins, but now we also pay for things electronically. Many people do their shopping online because now you can buy almost anything you want on the internet. To spend money electronically, we can use cell phones and plastic cards such as credit and debit cards. Using one of these ways tells the bank to pay another person, store, or restaurant for goods or services. We can borrow money from the bank this way too. The bank lends us money for a certain amount of time, and we pay back what we owe them later. Maybe one day we won't need coins and bills at all.
Okay, guys. Now let's go move to page 144, exercise C, words in context. Look again at the words you circled in the article. Write them next to the correct descriptions. A precious metal. Try to think. Yes, silver. A precious metal, silver. Worth money, something that's worth money, something that is very expensive and it has a very big value. Very good. Valuable. 2. Valuable. 3. Pictures of people. Yes, it's very easy. Portraits. 3. Portraits. 4. To make an image with ink. To get it out. When you write it, you want to get it out written with ink. What is this word? Super. Copy. Eggs have these strong or hard, huh? Shells. Supers. 5 shells. Plants are grown for food. What are they? As I mentioned, rice, wheat, lentils, corn. Very good. Crops. Excellent you are. Now let's move to the pages in the workbook. Open page 133. Very good. The museum sells original portraits. It also sells which are copies of the original arts. Very good. Prints. Number 2. What and what were both used as currency? Shells and crops. Or shells and silver. Very good. Excellent you are. The that are grown in the north are coffee and cocoa. They are very to this area. The They are grown. What does this mean? Coffee, cocoa. Very good. Crops that are grown in the north are coffee and cocoa. They are very valuable. They are very precious. Excellent you are. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye bye.